Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Old World as we are playing as Rome. So before we get started, I would like to mention that as usual we will not have an episode for this series on Monday. I know I sometimes do a Monday episode for a new series, however in this case we're already planning on putting out a video this Monday for a game that's releasing that day. Hopefully we should be able to get that done tonight. And so because of that, we will not have a Monday episode for this series, and thus it'll return on Tuesday. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. End our turn, used all of our orders up. Of course, these guys are going to attack here, and they're not really doing a whole lot of damage here. Our mother has converted to the Roman paganism. We'll get characters converting to that probably most turns, until the majority of our characters follow the religion, until we start to see, new religions emerge. So let's go ahead and attack with this guy first. Make sure that I don't forget to do it. And one thing you'll notice is that we do a different amount of damage based on how far away we are. The reason why he's not doing very much damage to us is because of the distance here. But there is a trait you can get that nullifies this, and it's basically the distance you are results in, distance away results in you doing less damage. And so for here, you'll see that we're not going to do as much damage as if we were close up. So it's always something to consider with your range units. You get closer, you do more damage. Unless you have that trait, and of course if you have that trait, then that means you can sit from further back and do your full damage, which is why I often almost always get it with any kind of offensive range unit, just because it's really powerful. You can do more damage to them than they can to you because they don't have the trait. So we're going to go and move right here, get close up, and do as much damage as we can here. Should be able to get it killed in about 2 turns, and we'll be pretty weak, so if they spawn another unit, we'll be in a pickle. We also got our mine finished over here. Excellent, so that's going to increase our gold by quite a bit. Yeah, we're earning plus 135 per turn. That's not bad. So we can't get the pasture yet because we don't have the animal husbandry. We also can't get these over here because we can't get the groves. You need land consolidation. So that means we can't get the citrus, nor can we get the olives. I think we're going to go ahead and construct a farm over here. That's what it's suggesting to create. And you notice that we're not earning any food right now. We don't have very much food. So let's go and get a farm going. Build one right here. I know we're also building one here. But between the two of those, that should be enough food for a little while. All right, so as far as other units left to move, I think it's just our scouts. Yeah, because we got him just sitting here. And I'm not going to bother promoting him just yet. But you can see that it is decreasing as he gets more and more experience every turn. The cost of that is decreasing. And with this guy, remember, we're just wrapping up around here. We're going to go over to that city and let him heal up. So I'm pretty sure we harvested all these areas, but the little icon that tells you that is not actually showing up right now. So it must be like a little bug there. But yeah, we did harvest all these. Let's go and harvest the horses here. And then we're going to come over here and harvest the gems. And then we're going to just run down here real quick, see what's all down here. Harvest these horses, and that's going to be it. We still have 1 order left. I don't think there's anything for us to do with that 1 order. Nah, I don't think there's anything. So yeah, let's go ahead and just end our turn. We'll just get the 10 gold. So we still have to kill 5 more units, or excuse me, 3 more units. And again, this will be one of them, and it looks like that'll be the other one. They just spawned another one right there. So now that we have drama, we want to get the free settler. It's going to take 3 years to get. And we're probably going to have to retreat here because they're going to gang up on us. Yeah. Again, because they spawned the other unit, I just don't think we'll be able to do it. We could very well end up dying. It's just not worth doing, guys. So let's just go and pull our unit back and then heal him. And maybe we'll promote him as well next turn. Though I think we could actually promote him now. No, we can't. He's on the heal cooldown. I think we would have wanted to promote him first and then heal him. That's the way I should have done it. But yeah, let's go and continue exploring over this way. Use the rest of our orders. Let me just make sure there's nothing else that needs to be done down here before we spend all of our orders. Oh, because we got drama, the music has kicked in. You might have noticed that. Our mother, I think, converted. I'm not sure. I didn't read that, so I was just kind of skimming it. We got another goody hut over here, so that means there might not be anybody over here. So the event is Tribal Hunters. As our explorers stand by unnoticed, the Tribal Hunters visit the ruins to check their traps. They go about their business, distracted by their abundant spoils, should our explorers intervene. So we can kill them and take their supplies. We'll gain 300 food and 300 wood, and then our character Romulus will become cruel, which is a weakness, it's just penalties. Or we can invite them to settle with us, and we'll gain a trapper in Roma. So I'm guessing the trapper would be over here. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, that's the only place he could be. So we'd get a trapper right there, and the trapper would grant us 2+ growth and +5 food per year, and it would also gain us, I think, 1 tile there. Yeah, it would gain us 1 tile here as well. So that's a fantastic bonus there, a free specialist. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that, and now you can see we have the trapper. We're getting some food and all those kind of goodies and more growth. And we got that extra tile too. All right, excellent. So yeah, that was a good result for us. They've used all their movement points. We still have 4 orders left. I don't think there's anything left to do with those orders. We could keep moving with that unit though. Yeah, it might be what we do. Though, let's just make sure there's no character interactions that we might want to do. We could have our character convert. That would be good. Yeah, I think we're going to convert. That'll be 2 of the orders. Let me just make sure there's nothing else though. No. Alright, so let's go ahead and have our character convert to Roman paganism. And that'll help with the opinion of any family or character that follows that religion. Now, right now, you can see that the families do not follow the religion. Not yet. I believe that's solely based on the head of family's religion, rather than like all the family members. I think it's just the head of family's religion, so these guys would have to convert. Now, there is an action to convert using the leader of the religion. So our mother, I think that's what that notification was about, probably because she was the first one who converted. So matriarch Ilia the Younger is the head of Roman paganism. And so we have an opinion with every religion, and the opinion with the religion affects every character and family that is of that religion. So your interactions with religions can be pretty important. So where I was going with this is that once you get the religion opinion high enough, I think it's a religion opinion, it might be her opinion, let's just double check. Yeah, it's actually her opinion. Once you get her opinion high enough, so when she's pleased with us, then we can use her, give her an action to convert other characters. She can do 1 at a time, and I think it takes a certain amount of time, 2 turns, for her to be able to do it, and 75% chance she's successful in converting the religion, 25% chance that she'll get an event, and she'll also get experience from that. So something to do once we make her a little bit more happier with us. So what we might want to do is use some of our orders and some of our money to influence her to try and get her to like us more. So I think that's what we're going to do, guys. And regardless of if we're successful or not, we're going to get a +20 experience. I want to say that you're always successful with this one. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But there is a chance that you can lose legitimacy because you look weakened. It's like a 25% chance here. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. That'll be our action. That'll be all of our orders. And maybe we'll get the opinion of our mother increased. Next turn, we get a warrior. 4 more turns to get that settler, and then it'll be now it's going to be 2 more turns to get this settler. So we should have both settlers soon. The Babylonians have declared war on both of the 2 tribes that we know, the Danes and the Thracians. Our brother is now slothful and lazy, so he's lost some discipline. And it looks like we can now tutor his son, so our nephew here. So we might want to do that, though I think we only have 1 tutor available, and we'll probably want to use that tutor on our own daughter. King Nebuchadnezzar is dead. Are we the ones that did that? Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that we had an event about that, didn't we? Alright, so I think we might have assassinated him. Let's go ahead and go through these and see what all events we have. So like father, like son, a trusted advisor informs you, for better or for worse, Duke Stadius is showing signs of taking after his father, Duke Remus. How this influence will take shape is yet to be seen, and so he's going to become bold. Oh, well, it looks like he's going to become bold, tough, or bloodthirsty. He becomes bold. Okay, so that only gives him extra courage, so that's a good thing. So now we have the event time to kill results. We already know the results of this. Okay, so looking at this, it looks like it's not working properly because it's you know, the tooltip here, the localization is referring to the current monarch. You know, it's set to just refer to whoever the current monarch is, rather than the previous one that's actually dead. So it's saying we killed her, but we actually killed her predecessor, which is probably her father. And our involvement was not discovered, which is excellent. But you say, I'm sure it will be fine. Could lead to future events. King Nebuchadnezzar is dead. So it says right here that the right king. It just looks like they had it set wrong. Should probably refer to the previous king, or like a from or something like that. If you don't mod or program, you might not know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just broken. They need to fix that. So we did get this farm constructed. Excellent. All right, so I think the next thing we're gonna get is a hamlet. We're not gonna build it there though. And the reason for that is hamlets give an adjacency bonus to any of the culture class improvements. I mean, I guess you could build them here. I don't know if there's any problems with putting those on hills though. So we just put it like here and here, and thus we'll put the hamlet here. And one reason why we'd like to get the hamlet now is hamlets they're basically like a village. They turn into a village and then to a town, and it takes time for them to grow. I think it's like 20 turns for each stage, and they earn more and more money with each stage they're on. So you kind of want to get these, you know, earlier. The earlier you get them, the sooner you'll get the benefits. They do cost food though, so something to consider. Yeah, we're gonna put the hamlet here. That'll get us plus 20 gold and cost us 1 food. And then after that, maybe we'll get the elephants. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We did finish up the training of that warrior. We also gotta get these camels over here. Just so many things to get. So in 6 years, we will move to the next level of discontent. We could build a festival to try and reduce this some. But as you can see, it takes 5 years to get just negative 40. And thus you're really only taking off 5 years. Yeah, basically, because we're earning plus 8. You're only taking off 5 years. And so you're just negating the time you spent on it. Now you are getting some bonuses. You're getting growth from it. You're getting 1+ culture every year from there on out. So it would give us some bonuses, but I think we're just going to have to move to the next level. And then also get us time to show what that does. So as far as what we want to get next, we do have a citizen. So I think we're going to go against another specialist here. So we could do the farmer for more growth and for more food. Or we could try and get more stone, which I think we need. Yeah, I think we're going to get more stone. Also, this would get us another civic, so we can build these quicker. So that's what we'll get. It's not going to grow our borders anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll get the stonecutter. So we trained up that warrior as well. All right, so that's awesome. We already know where we're going to move him. He's going to come over here to help us with this barbarian encampment. I don't know if we have any generals available. No. Well, we have her, but we're going to use her for training our daughter. And you see if we are able to. No, that's Duke Stadius or Stadius. He's the only one that we can train. But if we wanted to look at that. So while looking at our nephew, we can either make him our chosen heir, or we can choose to tutor him. And while I really would like to tutor him, the fact that he's, you know, so close to our daughter's age, meaning that she's going to be available to be tutored and she's going to be our heir. So I think it would be better to use our tutor for her. I think that's a better way to go. All right, so let's go ahead and maybe heal these guys. They might heal. Yeah, they're going to heal on their own. So what we want to do instead is go ahead and promote them. It's only 30 of our training to do, and this should just make them be a lot better in the fight here. As far as which one would be most beneficial, could do shield bearer, which would help us because that's a range unit there. Or you could do the besieger, in which case it'd be a plus 25% into urban, which these are urban, so I think that's the better way for us to go. We're gonna do the besieger, guys. That'll help us out in that fight. We also have our scouts still to move, and that's probably what we'll spend the rest of our orders on. Let me just double check, make sure there's nothing else that needs to be done though. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the sheep here, and the horses, as well as the ore. And I assume they'll come down here to attack us. What we might want to go ahead and do is buy one more order just to get them out of there so they don't attack us. I know that we're going to go heal, but I think we'd better just get out of there and not let them attack us. And the Danes have already set up over here. Okay. So I'm not sure if we're going to want to build a city there now instead of over here. I think this is still probably the better location just based on resources. Yeah, we'll still send this settler down here, guys. But let's go and end our turn. And next turn, no, one more turn, we'll get the settler here. And as you can see, our princess, our daughter, Cornelia here, is able to be tutored. And that's why we needed to save her for that. And we were able to influence our mother, and thus her opinion of us is higher. Now, we could do this one here because it's free. You know, normally it has an order and a money cost. But for this one, it's going to be free since it's the tutorial one. So you typically want to take advantage of that. But if you don't, you can just get some experience as well. But I don't know why we wouldn't want to increase his opinion. He hates us, so why not? So we'll go ahead and start that mission since it's free. And then we're going to want to make sure we do this so I don't forget. We want to get her being tutored since this does cost money and orders. And you can see there's going to be a 12.9%, almost 13% to improve her wisdom, a 28.5% to improve her charisma, another 13% to improve her courage, and 19.4% to increase discipline. And this is based on the stats of the person you're using. So yeah, we're going to go and use her for training to train up our heir and daughter. And hopefully she'll get some skill increases from that. Anything else we need to be aware of? Nah, I think we're good to go. Alright, so what we're going to do now is they did not heal up, probably because we took an action, so they didn't heal. Let's see where these guys are going to get to. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just move him here, and then just let this unit heal. So they'll be fully healed for the fight, since we can't get this one involved this turn anyways. And then with our scout here, we should probably move back into our own territory to heal. Alright, so we still have one order left. I don't think there's going to be anything to do with that order. Yeah, probably not. Now, we do not have a general for this guy here. But yeah, there's really not anybody to select. Yeah, there's really no options here. So yeah, let's just go ahead and end our turn. But yeah, we'll have a lot more different things to do as we get more techs. Like, for instance, we'll get more advisors up here, which I don't think we have any advisors just yet. And they can all do an action each turn, and they'll have a wide variety of things that they can do based on what technology you have unlocked. So we got our free settler. And so our options here are husbandry, forestry, military drill, or aristocracy. Now, one thing to consider when you're picking a tech that I haven't really mentioned just yet is that when you don't pick one of these options here, so obviously we can only pick one of these, so the other three then go into our discard pile. So you may have noticed that techs are red sometimes. That's because they're in the discard pile, which means that we won't be able to get them again until, I guess, until the deck flips again, until you like turn the deck over. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but basically it's just letting you know that it's not going to be available for a little bit. So when you make these decisions, you know, when you pick one of these techs, you're basically saying the other techs you're okay not getting those for at least a few turns. So keep that in mind. So with the husbandry, we would get the pasture, which we do want to get because we do have horses. I'm not sure if we have any of those other animals, but I know we have horses, so we want to get that. This would also let us get a nice little 200 boost in food. I don't know if that'd be worth getting, though. Yeah, it might not be worth getting that. If we get the forestry, we can get another court scholar. And we can get the lumber mill, so we can actually start earning some wood. But this one would take longer than either of these three here. It would take longer to research. Military drill, you get that rally troops, which is, again, really nice to have. The barracks is great, too. And if we get aristocracy, we get our first advisor here, the ambassador. As well as, I think, our first law. I don't think we have any laws yet, so that would get our first law, too. And we would be able to get a border boost. All cities, we get +5 border tiles. You know, I do want to get this one with the pastures, but I think we're going to do the aristocracy first, guys. Yeah, let's get the aristocracy. All right, so we also finished this farm over here, and I think that's going to be it for this area here. We're going to go ahead and get these elephants, guys. really kind of focus on Roma, our capital here. So yeah, we're going to want to get the camp set up. This is going to get us another half order per turn here, and it's going to enable the trapper, which, you know, gives you some nice bonuses. So yeah, we definitely want to do this. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this construct in here. Although, did I not do it? There we go. And we're going to start pushing forward with these units too. We'll go ahead and hit them with this unit first. And then we'll strike with this unit. And we want him to be attacked rather than the range unit, so we'll put him over here. Not quite able to kill that unit this turn. This guy, are we out of orders? We are. We're out of orders. So we won't be able to heal him, unfortunately. But that's alright. He'll heal a little bit just from sitting there in our own territory, not moving. And so I think that's the end of the turn, but we'll go through these. We did get our first Discontent level here. Okay, I thought that would have been Roma first, but we actually got it here. So now we can show exactly what this does. So every level of Discontent gives you a -20 opinion with the family who owns it. So that can really stack up when you have multiple cities that have multiple levels of Discontent. And you can really get your families quite unhappy. So that's one thing to consider. Also, there's a -5% modifier to both the science it produces and the growth. And then a +5% modifier for the cost of the city. So you can see how these could stack up and get extremely costly for you. Just 3 levels, which isn't hard to get to, and now you're getting like -15% on the growth and the science, a +15% on the financial costs, and a -60 opinion to the family. It can really stack up, guys. So that's one thing you have to consider. And early game, the only way to really decrease the discontent is to get the festivals, and these are repeatable, so you can do them over and over again. What we might want to do. Well, let's first take a look and see if we want to get anything here. So we could get the farmer, and that would add the stone here. I was kind of wanting the stone to go to Roma, but you know what? That's kind of far away. I don't know if that would... Yeah, that might not work. So yeah, we might want to get the farmer to get the stone. You could also get the miner over here. Now, one thing you might have noticed is that it's Festival 1, and so it does not decrease the discontent or increase the growth as much as the festivals in Roma, because Roma has level 2s, and that is based on your culture level. Now, we're actually not earning any culture here. The culture we got, I think, was from our scout over here, harvesting resources. So they're not earning any culture here, so that's a problem. So that's really what we should get here, something that is going to increase culture. So probably the farm. I could also do the festival simply to get the culture. That also gets you some growth. You know, guys, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do the festival. It would decrease some of that discontent, and it would help us get some culture per turn. So yeah, we'll do that. Remember, we still have one more turn to get this settler done, so that won't start until we finish that guy. As far as our decision here, so this is about heir education, and of course this is not actually our heir, but it's one of our heirs. He's 4th in line, and he's part of our family here, so we can pick which area he's going to study in. So this is different than the tutoring. They do it at a different age. You know, he does it here at 12, while the tutoring you do, you know, whatever age that unlocked. So she's 11, and that was last year, so maybe 10, I guess, is when you could start tutoring. I was thinking it was 5 or 6, but yeah, it's clearly much older. And so one thing to consider here, there's of course what you want them to do, and this is going to increase their 1 stat. So in this case, wisdom, charisma, courage, or discipline. But then it also makes them that type of student, so in this case a tactics student, and that determines what class they're going to get. And you don't know exactly which one they're going to get. They're going to get 2, and you'll have a choice between 2 of those. So in the case of philosophy, it's tactician, zealot, judge, builder, or scholar. So 2 of those will be a choice that you'll get to pick for this character. But one thing to consider is that only 1 student can study in each area. And so in this guy's case, he is not our heir. And so what we'll want to do is make sure that whatever area we want her to study in is still available. Now, she doesn't have any stats as of right now. So nothing to really say, oh, this is the type of character that we want to build. And so really we can just kind of pick whatever we want here. And I'm thinking that we'll probably have her do philosophy. Yeah, I think we're going to have her do philosophy so we can get some more wisdom. Yeah, try and get through this tech tree a little bit faster. So we don't want him doing philosophy. We want him to do something else. And he already has courage and he's bold. All right, that's where he's getting the courage from. So I think trying to make him into like a military leader would be the best way to go. And so we're going to have him study tactics. And at the very least, he'll get 1 more point of courage. Now you also have the option to have them learn out in the world, in which they'll be exploring. They cannot marry during that time, cannot have children, cannot be, can't, do any role, and then they'll get like certain events that happen. So that's an option as well. It's a little bit less predictable. This, what's going to happen. Well, there are some events tied to these as well, but this one a lot more unpredictable, I suppose, than what you're getting from these. So yeah, we'll go with the tactics for him. Sold that 1 order for 10 gold. And we got that free settler. So unfortunately can't move that settler towards here, which is a real bummer. So you can see we are starting to have orders problems. As we get more units, we're going to have more and more issues with not having enough orders. And as you're doing battle as well, every time you're doing battle, you'll find that you just don't have enough orders. So our sister-in-law has converted to Roman paganism, as has Pompeia the Younger. And it looks like we got an event from that influence mission that we just did, and that's on our brother. Reports indicate that someone in your court has been sharing information with the Babylonians. Queen Kashaya, something like that, the new of Babylonia, has been heard boasting about how she is eager to put the Roman technology to use. Following the trail, your agents discovered that the breakthrough came from a message from Duke Remus to a distant relative in the foreign nation. Your guards intercept a subsequent message in which Remus is asking the relative to hide any involvement, confirming these suspicions. Brought before you in tears, Remus professes innocence, claiming that the first message was a thoughtless mistake. So he gave the Babylonians the drama tech. So that's irritating. And so we can say, mistake or not, a punishment is necessary in which we'll imprison him. We can brand him a traitor to Rome, and then he'll become a fugitive. He'll leave our country. Or we can offer forgiveness for the mistake, in which case we will lose discipline and gain some opinion with him. Okay, so this did not work out well for us. This is not a good event, obviously. Doing this one would increase our own discipline, and so that would be helpful. But I feel like as Romulus, we gotta imprison our brother Remus, right? So we're gonna imprison him. And I can see making him a fugitive being a problem later on. So our nephew, talking about Remus, his son has become a dog owner. So he has a dog now. And so when we go to Remus, you can see that there's no actions here besides releasing him from prison. It's not really anything else we're able to do. So we'll just keep him in prison for now. We weren't using him. We weren't even able to use him for anything. So not really losing much. We're only just getting rid of a potential rival. We have an event here about showing respect. This is also in regards to the Babylonians. It looks like their queen seeks to improve relations with us. It's kind of hard to do when you're over here stealing our technology. I guess we just gave it to him. But she has arrived to address the court. During introduction, she insists that members of our court kneel to kiss her feet, as that is customary in Babylonia. The heads of our noble houses passionately object to this request. As a grumble of discontent passes through the crowd, Kashaya looks to you for a decision. So we can say they must respect her as they respect me. That will decrease the opinion with all of our families, but will increase the opinion with her. You say our people should not be forced to obey your customs, in which case we'll lose opinion with her while gaining legitimacy, and then we'll gain another strength trait, which is proud. And even though it's a strength trait, it actually does have a negative here. And because the Danish leader is humble, we'll lose opinion with him. So yeah, we're going to lose some wisdom, thus we'll lose some science, and also affect that unit that we're leading. And then we'll gain a bit of courage. So obviously neither one of these are good options, but because we're considered terrifying, which in order to be considered terrifying, you have to have one of those traits or be of the hero class, which I'm not sure which one of those we have. Ruthless? Yeah, it looks like because of the ruthless trait. We can instead do this option, which the third options are usually good ones. We'll get 120 training, we'll get plus 20 experience, and she'll become suspicious of us, which is not as bad as estranged. So yeah, I think this is clearly the best one for us to do. We have 2 more events. One of them is about that dog that he got. On the day of the training grounds, Duke Stadius notices a lame mongrel begging for scraps. He takes the creature into his care and nurses him back to health. From that point forward, the creature never leaves Stadius' side. The dog possesses a complete devotion to him, a direct result of his master's training. And this is because of his tactics student. And we can say one of these three options. He treats the dog with affection and gentleness, in which case he'll become compassionate. And I think these are all strength traits. Well, this one's a weakness. So that'll just increase 2 of his skills. Or we can say he teaches a system of rewards and punishments, in which case he'll become strict, which will serve him well as a governor. He'll get extra experience when he trains up infantry units. Or we can say he beats and torments the creature for loyalty, in which case he'll become cruel and bloodthirsty. Alright, well, I mean, this is clearly the best option, since I don't think we're going to use him as a governor. So that one would have no effect if he's the general. And this one would. So I think we're going to do that one. And maybe if he's compassionate, we don't have the issues with him that we have with his father. So now our daughter, Cornelia, is old enough to choose an education. And as you can see, she is not able to study tactics because our nephew's doing that. But we're going to have her do philosophy to get that wisdom so we can get more science. And then we'll look through these real quick. We got that settler done. Excellent. So now we have 2 settlers to get moving. And then we also got a bunch of things here. Let's see if any of these are ones we don't know about. Nope. Know about all that. Okay. So we already have something building here. We don't want to move the settler first. It's more important that we win these battles. So let's do that first. We'll attack with this unit. Get them killed. That will allow us to occupy the city site. And then let's go and attack this guy here. Take about half of his health there. It's leaving us 10 orders left, which we're going to want to use to move these settlers. So they can come here, all the way down here, unless we want to move to one of these 3 locations. I guess we should figure out which one we want to move to first. So over here, this would connect with the borders there in Roma. Make sure we get those olives as well. You go this way, you're losing these, which I'm actually fine with because we'd get those with Roma. And once we got the grove there on the olives. So this would be a better location than this one. Moving here. Yeah, not much of a difference between these two from what I'm seeing. It's kind of hard to look at this. I think that this one would probably be better. But let's go all the way down to this way and see what we're gaining here. Gaining and losing. You do get the olive grove right here, while here you do not. So that's something to consider. There's also down here, but I don't think any of these are better. Though, this one's pretty solid. Because, yeah, you're getting the horses that are pretty far away. Yeah, that might be the best location to go with. You're not going to get those olives. Yeah, I'm not really, yeah, I like this one better. So that's what we'll go for. We can't get there in one turn, unfortunately. I feel like this is probably worth, though, moving over here. It's going to cost more orders, though. Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that we have another settler. We got to get moving. And we might want to escort this one. They might be safe. Let's hope they're safe. Let's go move down here. And we don't have enough orders to move either of these guys. So we'll have to wait till the next turn. So they've healed up a little bit. We could leave them just here one more turn, might as well. Let them heal a little bit more. Yeah, I suppose there's nothing else to do with it, so might as well heal them. Alright, so let's go ahead and end our turn again. And next turn we're going to get that stonecutter done. Babylonians are dealing with these barbarians down here. It's better them than us. And that tutoring did result in an event, Ancient Lessons. One day, Anaya the minister and Cornelia take a tour of recently unearthed ruins with a learned scholar. They lay hands on ancient carvings, sketch the facade of a fallen temple, and explore the depths of an underground tomb. Dusty and exhausted, Anaya attempts to impart the lesson of all this faded glory. So we can say the past is beyond us, and we must look to the future. And Cornelia will become inspiring. That'll increase the culture of our entire country once she becomes the leader every city will get 1 plus culture. And then the city that she's a governor of, if that's what she ends up doing, will also get 2 plus culture. Instead, we can make her bold. She'll get some courage, which is always helpful. Or we can do educated, which will give her wisdom, which is what we really want for her to get. I want her to be really wise, so we can try and get through the tech tree here a little bit quicker. So we're going to do this one. She'll become educated. I think that's a good fit for her. And the Valerius family has converted to Roman paganism, which has now increased their opinion from pleased to friendly, since we do have a favorable opinion with the religion. And so now they really, really like us here. So by hovering over this here, we can see what we're getting from that increased opinion. Their cities are getting some bonuses, including they're not costing as much money, and their units are getting a plus 10% on the attack and defense. And now every unit, we've already talked about how every city belongs to a family. Every unit also belongs to a family, and you can tell that based on the color of them. When you look at them, you also see what family they're from. And so all the ones that are this color are from that family. And we don't have any units from this family here. But yeah, every unit does come from a family. So it's something to consider. They did do a lot of damage to us here. Yeah, quite a bit of damage. Let's go ahead and try and get him killed. I don't know if we'll survive another attack. So get him killed. And that means we only have one more unit we have to kill in order to complete our first ambition here. We do have another event about educating. Oh, did he have another son? Let's take a look at our family tree here. Yeah, he has another son here. Okay, I didn't even know he had another son. We didn't have any events about him or anything like that. All right. One thing we might want to do, and we didn't educate her, so what we might want to do is get her starting on an education once our tutor is done with our eldest daughter. And so yeah, we're actually going to have enough children in education, probably all at the same time, very close to being around the same time, that we might have to have everybody doing a different thing here. He has nothing yet. I think we're going to have him study, I'm kind of thinking politics. Now, you also notice that his whole family, I don't know if we looked at this yet, his whole family is considered to be part of the Valerius family, and that's because his wife is. And you'll notice that so are our children, because our wife is also from the Valerius family. So the Valerius family dominates the royal family right now. So let's go ahead and do... Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to want our other daughter to do yet. I don't think there's anything really pointing to her going any direction over another. Maybe we'll have her do commerce and have him do politics, or vice versa. We'll do vice versa. We'll have him do commerce and her do politics. It doesn't really matter. We also got the stonecutter over here in Roma. Excellent. And so we don't have any citizens to get any more specialists. And you can see that Discontent is about to go into the next level, so we might want to go ahead and do Festival. I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Yeah, let's go and do the Festival. Now, you notice we can rush that. We have multiple ways we can rush this now. We can do it with money, or we can do it with our civics. Both of those do increase discontent, though, so obviously it wouldn't make sense to do that for a festival, since that's the main thing you're getting from that, is a decrease in discontent. So let's go and get these settlers setting up the 2 new cities. We don't know where we're settling there yet, so let's go and do this guy first, since we know we're going to go here. Now, I know that we're currently taking this horse here from this city site. We don't know for sure we'll get that city site settled. We just don't know. And we already know who we're going to settle here as well. We're going to found a new family seat for the Fabius family, the Champion family, which is where we're going to be building our units up. So we got a new city here, and you can see our borders are now connected. You can see where the separation of the city borders are. Now over here we have to select a site for this new city. So this would get us the sheep in that location, and it looks like it's the only one that gets us the sheep. This location, on the other hand, would get us the gems. Going down here, you're not going to get any of those. Going down here, you're going to get the horses and the gems. And just overall, it looks like a much better location. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that one, guys. And so now we have one city for each of the families. And so at this point, that 4 family is gone. And now we just can pick any family, whichever one we want the bonuses for. But do keep in mind that giving cities out grants opinion to the family that you're giving it to, while other families, if they have less cities than that family, are going to be unhappy. So that's always something to consider. But I think we will go with... I think we are going to establish this family here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. These guys will get this city. And then they'll get, like, I don't know, one of these Danish cities if we end up taking those from them. So yeah, we're going to establish them here. And now we are known as the Pioneer. And so that's going to grant us more legitimacy. Alright, so that's excellent. Let's go ahead and go through these. We founded those cities, of course. And now we need to pick something for these 2 cities to do. Now, one of the nice things about building units in the city with a champion family is that they get the steadfast trait. They all start with that, which is a plus 25% bonus against all tribal units. I don't know that that applies with barbarians. It might. I'm not sure. Yeah, it might apply to barbarians since they use those tribal units. But it would also apply to any of these tribes here. And you see the Danish are kind of getting really powerful up on our borders here. So yeah, very, very helpful. So I think we're going to want to get another unit. We also want to get walls, though. Well, let's get another unit first. And we're going to do... We have 2 warriors, I believe. So let's go and get a slinger, since we have actually have the stone to get that now. All right, excellent. So with this guy, he doesn't have to sit here anymore. I don't know if there's anybody to go fight. We could go fight this guy just to get experience, but I would prefer that the Babylonian unit is killed. So we'll wait until he dies first before we actually try and destroy that barbarian. I guess we'll wait to do anything with that unit. Let's go and get something building over here. We won't want a unit. I think we're going to do a worker. Yeah, let's do a worker, guys. Let's get that constructing. And then we need to spend the last 5 of our orders here. We do have another event here. Okay, this is about assigning governors because, remember, this city, with it being a champion city, starts out with a garrison. So that means this city, and only this city, since we don't have garrisons anywhere else, we don't have enough active laws to construct them. So this city here can now put a governor in place. Now, typically what you want to do is put a governor in place from that family. You can select other people as well, but they prefer that it's somebody from their family that you put in place. And our only option is her. Is she like the family head or something? No, she's not the family head. She's just probably the only person in that family who can work as a governor. And she's not great. Nah, she's really not good. Because she's extravagant, she's going to result in us losing money. It's a negative 3.2, and part of that's also because she doesn't have any discipline. But she will help us gain more civics. I guess there's that. She'll get some experience from doing this. It's going to increase her opinion. And then we can hurry projects with orders. But yeah, overall, she's not a great choice. Yeah, she's really not a great choice. We can eat the money. We have a lot of money. And getting the civics is helpful. Allow us to build, anything in these projects a little bit quicker. So we'll go ahead and place her. Also, it makes the family happier. So that's always a good thing as well. Okay. So we still have these 3 orders left. And I assume we probably want to go ahead and get him moving. So we can harvest some of these goodies over here. So we'll get the gems harvested over there. If we want to set up a city site here, we're going to need to build another settler. Looks like we're out of orders, so we're only going to be able to go over to here. But I'd like to explore this area around here, see exactly what's there. But you'll see that we have like a lot of city sites that we can now establish once we take out many of these tribes here. But this is the only one we don't have to fight for since we've already taken out the units there. Actually, I wanted to end the episode, so we'll go through these little, events that happen down here real quick. We also completed the Oracle. Excellent. And so that'll increase our points up here. And they give us those bonuses, money, or culture. And we'll be able to get one more tech to select between. More choices is always a good thing. Looks like we just met the Assyrians. So we can avoid them as we have enemies enough. That'll give us +3 orders and +20 experience. Or we can interact with them and share freely, which will increase their opinion and would result in them getting culture and could lead to future events. Where did we see them? Where are they at? Let's just see how far away they are from us. They've already established a city over here. Okay, so that's what happened. That's how we met them. So they started out here and they're already over here, and they're, you know, higher up on the points right now. So I think it would be good to be friendly with them. So let's go and do that, even if it does result in them getting some culture. We got several things constructed here. Met the Assyrians. The Oracle also gives us a free agent in all holy cities. And we also got that hamlet done, so you can see here that it's going to turn into a village in 20 years, and then it'll get better. So it takes time. That's one thing to consider. So this is just another tutorial event. I have an event about the Oracle. It is done. The Oracle will stand as a testament to our people for all time, a symbol of our accomplishments today and of all the glories yet to come. This is going to get us 2+ legitimacy since we built a wonder. And then we have an event about a disaster at sea. Are we even on the sea anywhere? I mean, we got this little lake here, but terrible news has arrived from the Academy. Duke Vibius was aboard a ship, observing the captain of the vessel when a storm struck. In the commotion, the captain, Vibius, and several sailors were swept into the sea. The remaining crew attempted a rescue, but none of the missing were found. Shall we order a rescue? So we can empty the harbors and place a bounty upon his return, and he becomes missing, and then we become bitter, which will actually result in us getting a weakness, so that's not a good thing. Or we say, who are we to contest the fates? And then he dies, and then we'll be mourning, which reduces our orders but increases our charisma. I guess everybody feels bad for us. And you won't have that forever, though. Eventually you lose it. And we're not a tracker, so we can't find them ourselves. Yeah, I feel like I don't really want to get the bitter trait. And I don't know if we'll ever find them. I don't think we're going to do this one, guys. I think we're just say, who are we to contest the fates? Seems more fitting for us as well. So unfortunately, our nephew did die. And then we have all of our orders to give out. But I think we're going to do that next episode, guys. Yeah, next episode, we'll do all the orders. You'll get the explorers going up here. Getting some things constructing, since we now have 2 workers right now. The ones who built the camp here, the ones who built the hamlet. Actually, 3 workers. We have 3 workers right now that need to be assigned. That's probably going to eat up all of our orders, in fact. So yeah, we'll have all 3 of these workers assigned. We'll probably bring one down here. They're building a worker. So I think we're going to build one down here to start getting some of these goodies here. Particularly getting that ore. That'd be more iron for us. So yeah, we'll probably bring one worker down here, and then the other 2 will stay up here. Maybe one will get the camels. There's quite a few things for us to get right here, honestly. Maybe something for culture. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode, which remember will not be until Tuesday. Thanks for watching.